Overwatch is a bad game. There is absolutely no story in this game. The key word is in the game. People can make the argument that this game is not designed for a story, and they are right. This game's mechanics are not designed for a story. However, everything else is. Overwatch steals its mistake from Destiny and does a better job at covering it up. Overwatch never explains anything to the player, much in the way that this monstrosity of a campaign did. The main reason why people jump to voice this critique faster than Sombra emptying a magazine is due to Destiny having a campaign. That's where lots of answers are supposed to come from. How Overwatch covers this up is by never offering it to you in the first place. Both games intrigue the player in the same way. The art design, both do trigger curiosity as to hows and whys of both universes. Heck, Destiny 2 and Overwatch start out with a hook and line at the beginning of their game. While Destiny eventually answers it, it only took 5 years and $320. Overwatch still leaves the player either wanting more or conveniently forgetting about all the plot loopholes. I can hear the one person still screaming that this game is not about the story, even though it sets it up like there is one. I'll go on to gameplay and progression. Those, I have a lot more to talk about. Overwatch's dichotomy for its sandbox has always been an imbalanced one at best. While understandable to release a game like this for the first 2 seasons, after which this becomes an unignorable problem. The issue with a meta on steroids. For those uninformed or keeping the Bethesda remastering train running with so many mods, a meta in a multiplayer game is whatever is shown and proven to be the best of its type. A great example of this is the materials mankind used to make tools. At one point, stone was considered meta, and was the best material to use to bludgeon objects and people. Then people realized what bronze was, and that became meta. Eventually, some blacksmith meddled with the meta and made iron. I'm surprised you're still watching this video. I don't know if my Ironside computer can handle all of these puns. Okay, we need to trace back our steps. Yes, that was another pun. We're gonna keep on going. Every competitive multiplayer game has a meta of some kind. Developers either build around the meta or nerf whatever is meta and hope for the best. Smart developers know that there will always be a best and always be a worst in their multiplayer game, and balance said game accordingly. There are many examples of this being the case, but Dark Souls 3 will suffice. In Dark Souls 3, there are many powerful weapons and optimized builds for the longest combos and most damage. How Dark Souls 3 balances this out is with the kill potential with other weapons. While yes, everybody runs with huge weapons to trade blows, the small dagger is still capable of delivering nearly 1000 damage. While sorceries are the best kind of magic for dealing raw damage, most aren't versatile. No sorcery in the game has an area of effect attack to deal with anybody close. Knowing this, simply closing the gap can put a sorcerer in jeopardy. Most sorceries also don't have very good heavy armor penetration. That's where miracles come in. This is not the only game that achieves balance really well. There's For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, etc. While these games achieve a balanced meta by having some things top tier, while others at a bottom tier while still retaining the lethality of all weapons and characters, Overwatch fails this to the 20th degree. Overwatch's meta per season revolves around a mechanic, like stun for example, or some set characters. These said characters aren't just meta, they are not just the best, they are the only viable option for you to select if you want to win. Many will respond, okay, I'll put it this way. Run that character against someone equal to your skill or better. In other games, you still have a chance to win with an underpowered loadout. You could still beat a Centurion with a Conqueror if you could keep outsmarting your opponent and exploiting the fact that he has to constantly hit you to do anything. In Overwatch, this doesn't happen. If two combatants are equally skilled, the better character always wins. There is no way to counter them. This already limits the amount of characters you will play since, you want to win. It doesn't help that, even in a casual match of Overwatch, people are still getting kicked out of games for not using a microphone. What would a team's reaction be if you're using an underpowered character? Both problems, however, do not fill a box of issues compared to this third point. Whenever you level up in Overwatch, you get a loot box. Very common now. This contains cosmetics for you and is rewarded at random. That is the entire incentive for you to keep playing Overwatch. Add in $300 to this, and you skip the entire progression of Overwatch, as you're left with a level to grind for. There is absolutely nothing rewarding about this game. The only quote-unquote rewarding thing available is golden weapons. However, those can only be unlocked in competitive, and with the gameplay issue, it wouldn't be all that fun to play. What I'm confused about is how this system of progression lasted so long. It is the same thing that Star Wars Battlefront 2 pulled, and everyone derailed EA until it was more expensive to recover their reputation than it is to buy the Star Wars license. Why is the same thing still in full force in a full-price game? It doesn't help that the seasonal rewards were locked by luck. Instead of having them unlocked by doing a challenge with a character in that season, you have to leave it to only dice. It doesn't matter if they added it back later. It's just A, adds to the loot pool, therefore decreasing the chances for said rewards to drop, and B, you have to wait so long to reacquire it, you would stop chasing for that skin or emote entirely. Overwatch is a game that requires for you to grind and grind, yet does not give you any rewards based on anything that isn't up to Blizzard. And with its gameplay issues, I doubt that Overwatch will be doing well in a couple of years. I'm awesome. I'm probably going to go on a Black Watch list for this game now. Goodbye.